Alright. Well, it's the day. It's the day. And, yeah. I'm gonna tell my story, guys. I'm WillNard. Okay, guys? I'm WillNard. And this is my terrifying and horrible story of mine that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm very scared because I've been into a lot, you know. I've been into a lot these days. Uh, my life was kind of ruined. My life was kind of ruined. Uh, just hang on a second. Hello, guys. Uh, my name is WillNard, and yeah, I'm kind of bit shy to tell this. All right, guys. I'm very shy. Uh, because every time I think about that, I have nightmares. Every time, every time I think about that, you know the streamer, you know the streamer that you know. That's not me. That I'm the real WillNard. I'm the character that had so many bad memories. My character, so bad memories, and every time I think about them, I have nightmares about it. I had to tell you guys what happened to me over 50 years, 54 years, 54 years of my life. I've been through a lot. It's it's insane how much I got in in trouble in my life, and I just wanna tell you guys about that, because yeah. By the way, Kenzie, I'm talking like I'm doing like an actor kind of thing. I'm the character, so I'm the real WillNard. Okay, I'm the character that's talking. Like the streamer that you know is not there. It's not there. It's just he's not there for now. He's retiring for now. That I'm the character that's gonna speak to you guys. Like I want to tell the story of what happened to me over 54 years to 1970 to 2024. What happened to me is so unbelievably creepy, and I don't, every time I think about it, I just have the worst nightmare possible. But today I had to tell you guys because I need to get rid of these memories. I need to get rid of my horrible memories. My horrible memories of my past. I had to tell you guys that if I don't, I cannot get rid of it. Yeah. It's just, yeah. It's not, yeah. So I had to start. I had to tell, but also I don't know what's gonna happen if I tell you guys what happened to me over 54 years of my life. The streamer WillNard is not there, okay? The streamer WillNard is just like a copy of me. It's not the real streamer. Okay, guys? I'm the real WillNard. The real character that WillNard has inspired me. That was inspired by me to make a channel called WillNard AJ. But like I said, guys, I'm not the streamer. I know the streamer because I know in internet, in my world, there is internet and there is YouTube, there is everything, and I see a content creator called WillNard AJ or /WillNard, and I was like, why does it have my name? Why does it have my name? Why my name isn't there? I don't understand. I don't understand. What I only understand is that I'm just curious to know why he copied my name. Like, really? I don't know. I'm not a content creator. I'm just someone that had a hard past. A hard past. Very difficult past. That I will try not to cry because the amount of things that I got is way too much. It's too much. Like, it's way too much for me. The past I got, it's just I'm so scared of telling it because I can actually cry, and I can actually like I'm so scared. But I'm gonna tell you. I'm going for it. WillNard is not there. He doesn't exist in my world. It's just a human in the multiverse, the real world. But WillNard AJ is just a content creator. But I'm not a content creator. I'm WillNard, like literally. I'm just someone who had a very, 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 very bad, very bad past, and so guys, I'm gonna tell you right now what happened to me over 54 years. 54 years. If you guys ready, I'm doing it. WillNard AJ said that I could do a live stream about me talking about that. Me talking about my story. My nightmares. And that's what I will do right now. That's what I will do right now. Right now. Like, so if you're ready, guys, I'm gonna go for it. I'm sorry if I'm a bit emotional, guys, because every time I think about it, I'm emotional. I'm very emotional every time. I can't. So if you hear me, guys, crying or like being a bit shy, that's just normal, guys. Okay? You gotta know that. You will understand why. But I'm currently in Zootopia. Alright, guys, I'm in Zootopia. And I'm in my house. I'm in my, like a kind of, yeah, my house. I'm in like, well, I can tell you where I am from. I'm from Zootopia. I'm in my house. I'm doing what WillNard AJ proposed me to do. I'm in I'm close to Wild Times. Oh my god, I should not say that. I should not say that. Like, no, I can't say that. All right, yeah, I'm from Zootopia. I live in Zootopia. Here, Darky is sleeping right close to me. So if I'm emotional, you can just help me with that. So I have a close friend close to me. just in case. So I should start right now because I think this what is it called, live stream? Yeah, this live stream is gonna be very long. It's gonna take a long time, a wild time. Yeah, I said it again, but whatever. So I should start right now because I remember everything. I remember everything. I saw everything. I saw everything. I saw every part of me deteriorating. every time. But I should. Okay. I got this. Don't worry. I got this. I'm just. Every time. It's always like that. But I should start right now. So, I was born in the wolf pack called the Sioni wolf pack, and I don't know where's my family. I don't know where is my pack anymore. I can't remember where it is, but I can't remember. I'm from Sioni Wolfpack. I was my dad, Aquila, and my brother, Vermilion. I was just a small cub. I was born in 1970. I had. Sorry, I need to refresh my mind a bit. Okay. So yeah, I was born in Sioni Wolfpack and all that stuff, and I was fine before. My dad teaching me how to hunt, how to become a great wolf. A great alpha, a great wolf. And just to let you know, guys, I'm a real wolf, so I'm a real wolf. So, and you can know why I'm saying that I'm a real wolf, but why am I talking? I'm supposed to talk like a wolf. Well, yes, but that's a part for later. I'm gonna explain it later, but for now I need to start off with the beginning of the chapter. The beginning of that. So yeah, like I said, I was born in Sioni Wolfpack. I had my dad, I had my brother close to me, loving me so much. We spend our time hunting for food and supplies and all that stuff. There were, I guess they were like 14 wolf in the pack, 14 wolf, and by the time it goes on, it just the number of wolves just goes up. It just goes up, and so on. So yeah, my 4 years of being in the pack was just like a normal cub. I was just a small cub, just like every newborn cub, newborn wolf, normal wolf. And I had one time where Aquila teached me how to hunt, and that was just like so nice for my dad to do that. Like I didn't know how to hunt. I didn't know how to, but yeah, I learned it, and I became very good at hunting. Not in ground, but for some reason hunting in water. I was really good at swimming. I was basically a water wolf by this point, because every other cub was scared of like touching water or just like take a dip in it. But I was the only one who loved water so much. So much. I was the only one who loved this much water. I don't know why. I just love it. For me, water was like my kind of activity that I would do all day. And I still do. I still do at this 2024. I still do. But yeah, I was everyone was so like every cub, every wolf was so surprised that I would spend like hours on water trying to hunt fish. And yeah, for me, my best ability is swimming, and I was really good at it, and so much that I could hunt like 5 fish in one day, like more than that. Like I have one day when I hunted 12 fish in just like half an hour. I was like the best swimmer in the pack, and I even saved a cub's life from drowning in a river. I saved him. That was a male, but that was a male. Hi, Star Knight. How are you doing? I'm WillNard, and you hear my story right now. So sit back and relax, because that's gonna be most of the stream. You're gonna see I'm not the content creator Starlight. I'm not WillNard AJ. I'm the real WillNard. I'm the character real WillNard. I'm talking right now. If I'm a bit emotional, I'm sorry. My life was struggling. I had a lot of bad memories. So yeah. If I continue the story, so I'm gonna continue the story. I was really good at swimming and all that stuff. In my wolf pack, I was really good at swimming. I was like a water cub, a water wolf cub. I was really, really talented. Everyone was like counting on me every day in my pack. 4 years in my pack when I first went in my pack. Only 4 years, just only 4 years before something happened. There was something that happened that just killed me emotionally, and I still remember. I still remember the day where that happened. That happened. I always still have nightmares about it, but there's one day in 1974, where I was just sleeping with my dad, Aquila, and there were some humans that took me. I waked up and I saw that me dragging along with the scientists. They were space scientists. Basically, they took away from my pack. They kidnapped me. A single cub. They kidnapped a single cub, which is me. They took me and grabbed me and puts me in their laboratory in space. And this is where everything changed for me, for the worst. everything changed after that. So yeah, to recap, I got kidnapped by humans. And ever since, I wasn't able to return back to my pack, because what they have done is gonna be shocking to you, but I'm gonna tell you right now. But I'm shy. I'm just a bit shy right now. But what they have done to me is that I wake up. I was unconscious because they have tranquilized me. And when I waked up in the laboratory, I was in a table, surroundings by tools and all that stuff. I had my paws and my legs in a star position. And they were experiencing on me. They were doing whatever the heck they were doing about me. And basically they were experiencing on me because they wanted me to become a space soldier. But they didn't have my... They just forcefully kidnapped me to experience on their experiment. Just because they want to test if it works. So they took away from Earth and they put me in space, very far away from Earth. I mean, very far away from Earth. I wasn't able to return back. I was confused when I first was on the table. I was stuck. They were experiencing on me when I was awake. That was painful. It was painful. They cutted my body. They injected things into me. I don't understand what they did. I don't know why they did that. That when I first came in the laboratory, it was called the... I was in the space part, which was the alembic clusters. I was in the alembic clusters, which is very, very far away from Earth. I mean, it's 2,000 light years away from Earth. And I had... And for some reason, I was... Like... Sorry, it's just a bit hard to say, but I was when I was experimented on, I had like... I had feelings that this was over, because these monstrosity of humans has took away everything about me. But I struggled in the laboratory. I was in pain. I was crying in pain. I was in agonizing pain every time they touched me. And every time they injected me things on me. When I was awake, they didn't tranquilize me. They literally agonized me. They tortured me. So that way they can actually be able to verify if the experiment is working. So that way they can kidnap more things and do more space soldier. So yeah, they changed after the experiment. After the full experiment, they put me in a cage just to see what I will react to. I wasn't able to sleep. I wasn't able to to move. I was struggling to walk because of them. And the thing is that I had multiple change in my body. I noticed that they had a mirror in the room, in the cage, so that way I don't know why they had a mirror, but I look at myself and I was walking in two legs. I was walking in two legs instead of four. And I had a black and white eyes. They have changed my eyes to being robotic. They have... I don't know why, but they didn't give me food for years and years. They didn't give me food. And I was able to survive. And I could have not smelled anything. I smelled myself and it smelled nothing. And I realized that they injected me some things that changed my style of life, of how I live. They actually made me odorless. They actually made me so that way I cannot eat or drink to survive. And they actually changed my eyes to be robotic. Like, just that makes me mad. Makes me mad. Just that makes me mad. Alright? Just to let you know, I don't know, Dangerous 00011. I'm not the content creator that you know about WillNard AJ. I'm the real WillNard, the character talking, because he said that it would be better for me to speak about it than WillNard AJ to explain it, because he doesn't know everything about it. He doesn't know everything about me. But I know. I know everything. So yeah, I was in that laboratory for like about like a year, until something happened when they were in their last step, which was to make me indestructible. Basically make me indestructible, so that way I'm a non-stopping soldier. The space soldier. They picked me up and they put me in the table again, and they injected me. They were trying to eject me something. They injected me something, but for some reason the experiment failed. But they didn't realize that this was a fail. So they were trying, after like 15 minutes, they were in test time. They were testing if I was able to survive like being killed by something, by someone. But I didn't realize that if it was working or not So bye Dangerous. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna be there for once. I'm not the content creator. The content creator is gonna be there soon. But you're not gonna see me ever again after that. But the creator is gonna be soon. Is gonna be there soon. So it's just for this I don't know what is it called again. I don't remember, because I'm not used to using internet in my universe. So yeah, they were in their final steps. So they were trying to, they picked up a knife and they were about to strike me down, but they didn't realize that this was a fail. It didn't work. Kendon was here to help me. I noticed someone that saw me in the process of being experimented on. He saw me in his capsule. He was in a capsule, a test capsule, a test tube, and I was outside of that. But he looked at me every day that I've been experimented on, every day, and he noticed something wrong, because Kendon was he was indestructible, okay? Kendon was indestructible because the experiment worked on him, but for me it didn't work because they didn't pick the right liquid to inject me on. So what happened is that he noticed this and he braked free. He braked out of the capsule, and with all his force. It was very hard for him, but he did it. He braked the capsule. He picked me up, and what he did is that he picked me up and tried to get out of the laboratory. But he didn't just get out of the laboratory like nothing. He did worse than that. He did worse than this. Because he noticed me that I was struggling to live after what they have done. So Kendon picking me up, but he didn't do just that. He actually exploded the laboratory. He destroyed the laboratory entirely. He, with his power, he exploded the reactor in the laboratory. He quickly picked me up and get out of the laboratory. I was there looking at Kendon and looking at the laboratory, and we saw that it completely exploded. And the cool thing is that Kendon, the one that saved me, is that he had a ship. He had a ship that they made, that the laboratory made for him, because he was on mission and all that stuff. He was on some days, sometimes he had a mission to do, so that's why he has a ship. But he quickly picked me up and put me in the ship, and he flied away from this laboratory. As I look in the mirror, as I look at the window, I see the laboratory being completely destroyed. And that's just horrible, you know. That is not like, that wasn't easy for me to live after that. I had a lot of difficulties after this. But yeah. So after that, he found a planet that could be safe for me and him to live, and he can take care of me for the time being. He took care of me for like about, I don't know, about like, let me think real quick, because I don't remember how long I hang on. I need to figure it out, because for about 31 years he took care of me like a dad. He took care of me like a dad. But even with these 31 years, I wasn't 31. I was 16 years old. I had a point. I had a moment after the experiment where I growed up into 16-year-old, and after I've been 16-year-old, I wasn't able to grow up ever again. And I noticed this, and Kendall noticed this. I didn't grow up. I didn't age. He noticed this. And I noticed it too. And after 31 years, and by the way, just to let you know, I am about 2.5 feet tall. I am a small wolf, guys. I am a small wolf. And it shows how much I didn't grow up, how long I didn't grow up. They didn't change my size. They just kept it as normal. And after 31 years, there's a ship that came close to the planet that I live in it. And Kendall noticed this, and he quickly picked me up and flight in the ship that was floating in the sky. By the way, the description of the planet is that the planet was a purple planet. The atmosphere was purple, a bit of white and purple. The grass was purple. There were blue water. There were some alien creatures. There were some creatures in it. But they were harmless creatures. They didn't attack me at all. They didn't. But Kendon protected me from that, even though he knew that this was harmless. He didn't want it to take a chance. So yeah. And after that, we got in the ship that was flying in the sky. We got in there, and it was a team called the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation. And this Galactic Federation was in they are a group of people that explore space and try to protect space from any like any space destroyer, that people that can destroy planets and all that stuff. So we got in there, and they noticed my appearances, and they noticed they were Kendon was also there, because of course they let us in, and yeah, for the time being, they trained me, they took care of me, even if I was this young, for them. But I'm not young. I supposed to be today. I'm supposed to be 54 years old, but I'm 16, because I told you guys I cannot grow up. I can't grow up. So yeah, the Federation Fort took care of me, and I was prepared for my first mission with Samus Aran. I had a mission with Samus Aran to explore the Alembic clusters, which is where the laboratory was. But we didn't explore the laboratory. We explored a solar system in the Alembic clusters, because she wanted to find the ultimate weapon. If you yeah, to find the ultimate weapon, and they noticed that I had a arm cannon. I had an arm cannon because the people in the laboratory gave me a weapon, which is an arm cannon, just like Samus have, and it contains the beam Volt Driver. It contains a weapon called the Volt Driver. This is a electric charge blaster that is a fast paced shooter. It shoots very fast paced electric charge. And yes, this is why they trained me and put me in mission with Samus, because they noticed that for them I was ready to go in a mission, because I guess so. I guess I was. They just you know, they just picked me up, and I was in a mission with Samus. So we got in, we did our mission, and you know what happened next. The content creator WillNard AJ told me about this game called Metro Prime Hunters, and if you want to know what the mission was, you need to play this game before. You need to play this game if you want to know what the mission was, because I cannot tell it. It's way too long. It's a way too long mission. That was a very long mission. So you need to check this game out if you this game doesn't exist in real world, in my universe, but for their universe, for the creator universe, the content creator WillNard AJ universe, the game exists. So and yeah, so after the mission, we collected all of the octolet, which are keys to unlock, to reveal the oubliette, which is a thing. So we put it in the radio kind of room, and we put it all, and for some reason I was teleported into another solar system, because I touched something. I touched something that made me teleport myself. And Samus was still in the radio kind of room, but I was no longer there. I was teleported in another planet. Another. I don't know why. I was teleported in a kind of secret planet. And I was alone in that planet. But I wasn't completely alone because they were very hostile creatures that was chasing me and trying to kill me. All that stuff and all that stuff. But Samus was still there, and she was going in the oubliette, which is the you have to play Metro Prime Hunters if you haven't. The creator seriously told me that you guys should play this if you don't know what the mission is. But she got into oubliette and doing her things, and you know what. But on the other hand, I was on the planets trying to survive with all of these hostile creatures and all that stuff, and I was trying to exit the planets. I was surviving for my life. You don't even know how much I struggled on that planet. And for some reason, after like 6 months, I found a portal. I found a portal very far away from the planet. 6 months I was trying to survive on that planet. 6 months. And I noticed a kind of thing. A kind of a device that if you step on it, you can teleport somewhere. And it's called a teleporter, a portal. And I think you guys know about that, but yeah, I step on it, and I was I step on it because for some reason the planet was going to destroy itself, because I clicked on a button that I should have not do, that made the planet goes boom. And I noticed this, and I run very far away in the planet, trying to not die from fire and all that stuff. That some cracks that was opening in my feet, in the floor of the planet, because it was going to destroy. The planet was going to destroy. I don't know why this button was there. I don't know why, but I noticed a portal, and I jumped in it very quickly, and the planet destroyed, but I was safe. I touched the portal, and I was teleported somewhere else, which was in Earth. I was teleported on Earth, back in Earth. The planet was gone. The planet that I had been in was gone, was no longer there. I know that because the floor was like, had multiple cracks. It was burning. It was overheating, and I knew that this planet would die. And I teleported into somewhere where most of you guys might know about, but this is the place where I live. Zootopia. I teleported in Zootopia, in a laboratory in Zootopia. I was confused. I was very confused by where the heck I was. There is some citizen that was working in the laboratory in Zootopia, they noticed me and they immediately called the police on me, the ZPD on me, because I didn't have a collar. I didn't have a shock collar. Because there were a law in Zootopia where you need to wear a collar if you are a predator. Because it's just for safety in case that they notice that in case they notice that some predators became aggressive and all that stuff. I was in the laboratory. I was teleported in a capsule that opened it in front of me. I was like, where the heck am I? Why am I there? And there was the police arrived, and they took me, and they placed me in the waiting room. And I was like, what is going on? What is happening right now? I was so confused. What was happening? Why did they pick me up? Why did they put me in that room? The year was 2006, and the creator told me that this is his birth year. 2006 is his birth year. Not me. I'm born in 1970, but yeah. And I was teleported in Dystopia and all that stuff. I told you about that. But I arrived in a waiting room in Zootopia, in the ZPD police station. ZPD stands for Zootopia Police Department. And yeah, I was there. There were an officer that opened the door. I was on a chair, which I had like some. I was handcuffed. I don't know why and what was the thing that they had me in my arms, but they handcuffed me because because I didn't have a collar. But they didn't know that what happened to me and where until the people in the laboratory in Dystopia, they explained what happened. They saw me teleporting. They saw me appearing out of nowhere in the laboratory, and they quickly called it the ZPD because they didn't want it to get eaten or get killed by me because you know. And I was in Zootopia, okay? And hang on, guys, I need to. All right, so I was being in the ZPD. They asked me some questions. They asked me what happened to you, why you're there without a collar, and I explained that I didn't know where I was. I suddenly like appeared in some sort of laboratory, and they noticed my voice, and they noticed that I was really like, I was literally teleported, like literally. So they put me a collar because they explained to me the law of Zootopia. So they explained the law of Zootopia, and they added me a collar. I had to do like some steps before I can go in Zootopia, in the city itself. And I I did all of that, and yeah, I did all of that, and sorry, I there's some times where I kind of bug, like I kind of have like memories that just takes a while to remember, but like I said, uh, yeah, they put in me a color, they greeted me to Zootopia, and yeah, I was finally being free, and I was out on the they let me exit the CPD, and and so that way I can uh, go in the city and I don't know, make myself a home and all that stuff, uh, and I was very different compared to everyone else. I Like I said earlier, I'm gonna recap my abilities. I'm odorless. I cannot eat or drink, and I cannot age. I cannot grow up. I cannot die from oldness. If I became too old, I cannot die from that. So, which let's be honest, the scientifics has done this to me for no reason. I don't know why they did that to me, but I will stop thinking about these stupid scientists that tortured me this entire freaking time. But yeah, the so yeah, I was really different because when I was in Zootopia, I I bumped into someone. I was walking in the street and I bumped into someone, and his name was Nick Wilde, and he was a fox, and he had a similar color, just like me. Uh, because, like I said, every predator needed a color on Zootopia. So yeah, I met I introduced myself to him. He introduced himself to him, and after having a big conversation together, I said sorry for bumping into you, and he agreed my apology, and we went back into our direction. So he was going somewhere else while I was going somewhere else too. So yeah. So I was in a quest to find a home, but for some reason I saw a lot of a of I saw a lot uh of place to a lot of place where predators are not allowed to go in, and I noticed multiple signs that tells about things about predators, because for some reason Zootopia was very alert by predators. Uh, Predators was like their fear, I guess. So I went to see a map. I saw a map of multiple districts and in Zootopia, and I was like very surprised by this. I never saw I saw some cities in other planets in space, but I never saw a city with multiple environments, multiple different environments. There were rainforest district, there were tundra town, there were Sour Square, Savannah Central, downtown, the Dock District, which was an industrial district, uh, and so on, and yeah, I was so amazed, and I had one district that took my my me by surprise, and this was rainforest district because rain equals water, and I love water, and I wanted to go visit this place, so I come to visit the place to find a home. So I went into rainforest district, and I was I was wet by this point because of course the rainforest district always rain. There's always rain. So yeah. So first, unfortunately, I didn't find any house that I can go inside because it was only for prey. I don't know why it was only for prey. All the house was all the best house was only for prey, and I had nothing to do until I grabbed it. I saw a hole inside, and I thinking about myself about making a underground house. So I started working on it, and I started working and I started preparing tools and some material to make this house. So I started picking branch. I started picking some rocks, some leaves, some everything in rainforest district that we can see in the environment. I took this and after like 2 months, I made this house. I finished the house, and yeah, I was comfortable inside. I had my house in rainforest district, and yeah. And for some reason, for about like 2 months, they well, after 2 months of working, in these 2 months, I made friends with the guy that I was bumped into, which is Nick Wild. I made a friend. He would visit me sometimes in my whole, well, my my underground house, and he was really kind. He was a really kind man, because all of my friend was predators. So yeah, they all have colors. I did have other friends like Ben Clawhauser, Finnick, and Honey, which is a badger. She is the only girl in my friend's soup. All right. So yeah, I was making friends along the way, and for some reason the president, or well, not the president, the mayor of Zootopia notices something weird about me. She noticed that I never got into a single market, a single grocery store. He noticed in the cameras, when you were watching the cameras in Zootopia, they never saw me going in the grocery store to find some food and all that stuff and supplies, and she suspected me for like eating other animals because I was completely different than everyone else. She was suspecting me for eating other prey because they didn't know what I was eating. They thought that I was eating something because they didn't know that I cannot eat they didn't notice that. I didn't explain that to the mayor or the officers in ZPD. I didn't explain that because I didn't have to. So Yeah, she suspected me for eating something else than food, something else than vegetables and insects. Because in Zootopia, there's no meat, there's no chicken, there's no any singular meat, even not even fish. So not even fish. We eat vegetables and well they eat vegetables and they eat uh any other things besides meat. So they eat insects, they eat uh, vegetables, fruits, any vegetarian stuff, you know. And yeah, I didn't know that the mayor was watching me. I didn't know that she was watching us in the cameras because I didn't know what the camera was. Because I didn't know what technology was at the time. Because you know, if you know, you know. But yeah, I was being watched, and she noticed that I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat or drink anything. So she called their assistants, which are their assistants, to go find me, and so that way you will know what I'm gonna tell about that. The So they founded the. Sorry, I have memory that were a bit obscure. Sorry. So yeah. They asked their assistants to go pick me up, and so that way they can change. So that way they can add a color. So that way they can watch me. Yeah, no, spy on me. I'm not joking. They spying on me. And the thing is that yeah, they found me, and they brought me into the mayor room, which the mayor told me that they suspected a problem in the color that I had, but that's not true. There were no problem at all. They suspected me a problem, which she's lying, by the way. She picked another color. She changed my color, so I had a brand new color. But this one, I didn't notice it, but it was 3 times more powerful than the original color, and it had a camera inside that I didn't notice about. I didn't notice the camera. It was really well hidden. I didn't know that I was being spied on. So after that, I exit the mayor's room, and I was along the way, so I was going back to Rainforest District to go and chill a bit. But I didn't. In that time, I didn't know that I was being spied on. So yeah. And there was one day where, yeah. So yeah, I was living like that. And there were one day when Nick Wilde just came on my house to tell me something, and he told me that he wanted to make like an amusement park called Wild Time, and I was down with it. I was like, I want to work with you. I want to make it possible. Just I want to make your dream possible. So I get out of my house, and I got to the Dock District to make a secret wild time wild time amusement park, because for Nick, this was an illegal building. This was an illegal this was an illegal business company that Nick Wilde was going to make. I didn't know that this was illegal, but to Zootopia it was illegal because he. I don't need to tell this. That's his story. I don't. That's not mine, but yeah, I didn't know that it was this idea of making a amusement park. This was for it was being rent by a bank that is in Tundra Town, and you know the thing. If you know Nick's story and Wild Time's story, you might know about what I'm saying. But he asked it for help for a bank to like make it happen. So in Tundra Town, but this bank in Tundra Town was what it was predators that made the bank in Tundra Town. One of the bank in Tundra Town. This was a illegal bank because they were accepting things that predator would do that involves removing the color of a predator, you know, only predator stuff and all the stuff that prey did not like. And it was being so yeah, the park. Nick Wall said that it's a secret. Okay, don't tell anyone about that. So I didn't tell anyone about this park. Only the four of us that speak about that. So all of our four, because Finnick, Ben Clauser, and Honey was there to help make it happen. So I went there. Okay, I went. I worked on it. We finished the building 2 months after. So 2 months after we finished the building, and yeah. We finished the building, but yeah, the mayor was still spying on me. So they noticed that we are building something that was kind of suspicious. So after it was opening and opened and the grand opening of Wild Time and all that stuff, we opened the park, and there were multiple predators that basically it was a park that you can remove your collar and you can because predator with the color, what happened is that when they are emotional or like they became angry or emotional, they get a shock on the color. So and if there's excitement, like they are very happy and very like adrenaline rush, they are excited, they will get a shock too, because they don't want predators to become aggressive towards prey, because prey make all the rules. Yeah, prey made all the rules in Zootopia before. But yeah, after the grand opening, something happened. I was working on the park. Okay, I was there. I was the only one with a color, because not everyone has their color off. I was the only one that had the color, and the only one that has the color, because I said to Nick Wild that I think I should follow the rules and keep the color. So I kept the color, and I was working with the color. So I was working Wild Time. I was an electric an electric engineer because I was really fascinating about electricity. And because of my arm cannon, it was kind of useful to like generate energy, so that way I can powering up the lights and the electricity in wartime. So yeah, every day I put my arm cannon into the generator, and I blasted on the generator, so that way we can get the electricity for like 3 hours, and each 3 hours I will go to the generator and blast off the generator, so that way we can get electricity. And after that, I heard a very big thumping noise and a loud scream in a very faded but loud scream in Nick's office. And I was the only one that heard it, because I heard that, and I was like, what is happening to Nick Wall? Why is he screaming? And I got close to the door, and I heard like a scratching noise. I heard like banging noise, and I heard that that he was like destroying his office. So, and I opened the door, and I saw Nick Wilde being aggressive without his collar. Yeah, his collar was off, because everyone had it off except me. So Nick Wilde was chasing me. I had to run for my life, because he was like chasing me. He was like trying to kill me, you know. I was on wild time, while the other one, the other citizen that was in the park completely evacuated the area, and Ben Clauser, Honey, and Finnick also. But I was the only one in wild time, because I was running for my life to find an exit, and I quickly run into a carpet, which into a tent carpet that I actually using my claws to get out of the way, and they were a bridge with a lake, with an ocean. The bridge was in the middle of the ocean, and I had to jump in the water, and so that way I can hide from Nick, because I was literally being chased on. He was trying to kill me, so I was under the water, tried to struggle to not move or not make any noise. And after that, Nick Wilde, after a while, Nick Wilde got away, but actually Nick Wilde got captured by the CPD, and I was like, yeah, he was captured by the CPD, and I was underwater, and I took some air, because I needed some air, and I started going under the bridge with the there were like a platform that I can stand on under the bridge, so that way I can wait until I can safely go back in the shore, because I was scared of being chased on again. And after a while, I heard some police siren, and some you know those stuff, and police siren, and cars, and all that stuff, And after a while, the noise was gone, and it was time for me to get out, and so I swam to the shore, and I shook my a bit because I needed to remove the water from me, and I was in the middle of nowhere, ashore. Well, Wild Time was right close to me. There were some kind of wolf that were watching over me because they heard that they heard I heard well no I heard that they were searching for me, and they had like tasers and like they had like tranquilizer, but they weren't like tranquilizer. They were actually like something else. Well, they were tranquilizer. Yeah, they were tranquilizer. But no, that's later. That's later. You gotta. I'm gonna told you about this later. But yeah, I had um I had to like being careful to not be caught. It was nighttime. It was nighttime. Okay, so it was dark on. I could see occasional lights in the city. The city was completely empty. There were no one was there because it was like midnight or something like that. So everyone was like going to sleep in their house and all that stuff. And I was alone there, and there were a bunch of like wolf by the name of night howlers that were searching for me. I don't know why they were searching for me, but they searched for me, and I I I was trying to go back in downtown to go in the ZPD because I needed some help. But I didn't want it. I Because they were trying to find me. I was like a bit skeptical about that. I was a bit skeptical about being caught up with them because I think this is not going to be a good idea. So I quietly trying to hide from them, and slowly exiting the dark district. I was in the dark district. I wanted to go in rainforest district, and after that tundra town, and after that downtown, so that way I can go back to ZPD and tell everything about what's going on, like, because there were no police station in the other district. Yeah, there were no police station in the other district. The ZPD was the only police station in downtown, so I had to go there by myself. I was alone. Nickwell was not there. Honey, Finnick, and Ben Causer was somewhere else. I don't know where they were. So I slowly started walking in the city, trying to avoid the lights because I didn't want it to get caught. And yeah, and after a while I was hidden. I was really like very quiet. They didn't hear me at all, but there's something happened is that I bumped into a wall, and my shock collar just was off, just goes off, and I had a big shock, and they heard that noise, and they was like, what is the noise, and the I was like struggling in pain because of the color, because that was the first time I got a shock from the new color that they gave me. So I got a shock from that, and that was so terribly painful. And yeah, I had to hide. So I even if I had a lot of pain, I needed to hide. So with all my pain, that I got in my neck. I crawled in the floor because that really got me really good. Like literally, that color got me really good. And so I crawled in another part of the building so that way they cannot see me. And they were there like they were there like, what, we need to search more and all that stuff. Until one night hauler found me, because I was in the roof of a building. I climbed at a building in the dock district because I didn't want them to see me, but that made it worse because I didn't notice that there were cameras, because I didn't know what the camera was. So the mayor saw me and they alert the night howlers that I was like in the top of a building. So I quickly ran away because they almost tranquilized me. I ran away. I was being chased on. I thankfully I evaded every bullet shot from them. And I was going on an industrial park, so that way they cannot see me while I attempt to go to Rainforest District. So I quickly ran in that way. They saw me running in the industrial park. So I got in the industrial park, and I was hidden close to machinery. And because I'm odorless, they wasn't able to notice where I was because I do not smell anything. They were wolf, so the because of their incredible sense of smelling stuff and trying to find things by their nose. Well, they didn't notice a single. They quick check everywhere. They didn't saw me anywhere, so they exited the industrial park. Because for some reason the color, the mayor saw me with the color because she can see from my color perspective. So but she didn't know where I was and what machinery I was and what so I quietly exited the industrial park to go in Rainforest District. I managed to go in Rainforest District without them to see me, and because the mayor saw me going in Rainforest District, they asked them to go in Rainforest District and to catch me. So I quickly ran away from and to go in Rainforest District. I arrived in Rainforest District, and I had to find something to like hide in or something like that. So I had no choice. I cannot hide. I cannot take breaks. So I wanted to find Mancha's home, which Mancha's was an old friend that I made along the way. It's Manchas. I think you know what Manchas is. If you watch Zootopia, you might know about him. But yeah, I was trying to find Manchas home. I found Manchas home, but for some reason there were some. Oh, hi, Matsus. I'm currently I'm currently my character WillNard. I'm not the content creator you know of. So I'm talking about my past. So yeah, sit back and enjoy what I'm saying, or just anything like that. Back to Zootopia. Okay, so I quickly ran in Rainforest District to kind of like find Mensch's home, because I was like very like scared, and I didn't know what to do. So I quickly ran into Mensch's home. Mensch's home was very far away from where I was right now. So I had to run to go faster, to go in Mensch's home. And for some reason I noticed three animals that were being aggressive and tried to chase me down. So I quickly quickly ran away from them, because I noticed they were chasing me, and they were very aggressive towards me. Like, and I noticed that they had like a kind of dart in them. They have a dart in them that was like purple, and I quickly realized that there's something off about that. There's something off about this. So yeah, I needed to run away, and I successfully escaped this attack, and but there was one time where an animal just scratched my left eye. Basically, he brought his claws over my left eye, and my left eye just drop it off, and it dropped it off in the river below, so yeah, I had a lot of blood in my left eye, because because my eyes was like being removed because of their action. I was under a tunnel with a tree bark tunnel, and I was trying to quickly, because they were literally in front of me, trying to catch me and try to kill me. So I exited the tree bark thing, and I had my left eye gone. Yeah, I had a lot of blood in my left eye, and after that, I jumped on the roof of a building. Well, not a building, an house, and I saw a vine, and I quickly grabbed it and jumped in. Grabbed it, and I arrived in Mensch's roof. Mensch's noticed the noise in his roof, and he quickly opened the door and noticed me. So he said to me, what is going on, WillNard? Why you there? Why you look very in rough shape. And after that, Mensch's puts me in this house, and so that way I can let's stay away from these animal that I was being chased on. They were trying to kill me and all that stuff. Yeah, my story is very confusing and all that stuff, but yeah, I was in Mensch's home. I explained everything. I was like very scared and all that stuff. He noticed that my left eye was being ripped off, like it was gone. So he made a eye patch for me, and this is where I have my eye patch, and I had like scars, red scars in my left eye, and that you can see in the outside of my my eye patch. So he put me the eye patch on me, and I look it really good. Well, I look it really good, and he put me in this couch because I was like in very rough condition. After I explained everything to Mencius, he said to me that I should take a break. I should take a nap because you don't feel so good, and I took a nap. But after like 15 minutes, I wasn't able to sleep. Okay, after 15 minutes, I heard Mencius screaming. So I quickly ran over Mencius and I saw a dart on him. I saw a dart that on him, and I noticed that, oh my god, Mencius is going to become aggressive and kill me. So I had no choice but to pick. I noticed that the cause of the aggression in the animal, it's because of a dart. It's some sort of like tranquilizer dart that does the opposite of being tranquilized. It makes the animals go savage, and what I did is I picked up this dart, and I put it in a little bag that I grabbed it quickly in Mencius' kitchen, and I saw a window that I could exit on, because I needed to exit this place before he eat me or like kill me, and after like, and I successfully managed to break out the window, but I break it out of the window, and I didn't notice that I was in the middle of a river. Like I followed in the river below, because I didn't know that the window led to nowhere besides the river below. So I followed in the river. I was trying to struggle to breathe, and because the current was like pulling me. The current was pulling me down in the river, and I struggled to live, to breathe, and after a short, after a moment of me trying to struggle to live, to try to stay, try to go in the shore. I wasn't able to go in the shore, but yeah. So I struggled in that river, and what happened is that I got hit by a branch. The river pulled me down, and I was very, very fastly slammed in the branch, and that made me unconscious. And yeah, I was being unconscious, and for about, and after that, about a year and a half, I got I opened my eyes, and I noticed that I was in Sarah Square shore. I was in Sarah Square. I was in a shore that nobody noticed me, that I was in the shore. Nobody noticed me. Not even the president. Not even the president. Not even the mayor of Dystopia noticed that I was in this specific area in the Sarah Square, because I was unconscious in Sarah Square shore for about a year and a half, because I cannot eat or drink. I do not know when I wake up. I don't know where I wake up when I'm unconscious. So So I didn't notice that I did not notice that I was unconscious for like a year and a half. I felt like I was like the next day, you know. I thought I was the next day, but no, I was in 2020. I was in 2007. In 2007. Yeah, in 2007, I I I was in 2007, and when I was in like a year ago, I was like in 2016, 2006, because of course it's a confusing story, but if you know what I mean, you know. I was unconscious for about like a year and a half, which technically it makes no sense, but because of my condition, it does make a bit of sense. I didn't wake up for a year and a half, and when I waked up, I was confused. I didn't know where I was, and I noticed it. I feel it's something strange in my back. And I noticed that when I look at my back, I noticed that a dart that was on me. The dart was on me, was clinging on me. And I slowly become aggressive. I tried to remove it, and it didn't work because it was so deep inside of me that I could have not even be able to remove it because of pain and because of and what happened to me is that I was turning savage. I turned savage, and when I completely turned it savage, I had my collar on the entire time, so I was the only mammal with a collar, remaining collar, remaining shock collar, and I remember that, and I was being savage, and when I was completely savage, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have control of myself anymore, and I exited the shore that I was. I quickly ran into people. I destroyed some lights. I destroyed some signs, some cars, some things, because I was so aggressive. I even killed people. I had a lot of blood in my face. I had a lot of blood in my face. And there's people that call it the ZPD because they notice a very aggressive animal in Sarah Square, and so that way they were under their way. But I was going in Tundra Town now. I ran in Tundra Town while being so aggressive. I didn't know where I was going in Tundra Town, and I was going in Tundra Town. The CPD approached me, but they didn't got me. Actually, they didn't catch me. I literally bited an officer's legs, and I quickly ran over to downtown. After that, the ZPD was like following me. I was like furious. I was savage. I was like literally like that. And after that, I was in a circle in the city. I was surrounded by the officer. They were trying to catch me. They catched me, and suddenly Nick Wall and Judy, they noticed at me. Nick Wall noticed at me, and he noticed that it was his lost friend, WillNard, that was being aggressive. He didn't know why he was aggressive, but until Judy noticed that there were a dart on his back. And Nick Wilde got out of his car while being emotional over me because I didn't know what I was doing. He quickly removed the dart, and I slowly calmed down. My angerness and my furiousness was going in the trash. Like I was like completely calm by this point, and I saw Nick Wilde in front of me, and I was like crying. I was in agonizing pain. He noticed me that I was in very rough condition. I had my left eye gone. I had I have a lot of scratches. A lot of scratches in me. And I had a remaining collar. So they removed my collar. Nick Wilde literally called the ambulance. And I looked at Nick Wilde, and I said, I finally found my friend. I finally found my friend after so long. And I was emotional. I needed to so I hugged Nick Wilde, crying, because I was so scared. I didn't know what happened to me. Nick Wilde just took me in his arm, and I slowly started crying because I was just so I was very emotional. I was so scared. But after a while, I got into the hospital, and like 2 days later, they removed my collar, and they put me in the ambulance car, and Nick Wilde was in it, and he told me that you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be okay. And after this long time of treatment, I about a week, I had nightmares all the time. I had nightmares every day of the week. I had nightmares, and I was like scared. And yeah. And Nick Wilde got a call from the ZPD because they were investigating the collar, because they didn't know why they were still a collar, so they noticed something interesting in the collar. So Nick Wilde got a call. He got into ZPD, and he got in the room with a projector on. They saw an SD card inside of my collar, because they noticed that there was a camera in my collar. So they put the SD card in the PC, and Nick Wilde saw everything. Nick Wilde noticed everything of what happened to me. It was a 1.5 year long recording. And he saw me that I was been through a lot. I was been through a lot. and yeah, that's pretty much it. He saw everything, and they noticed it that the animal that was being aggressive is the dart. It's the dart, and they saw that they were a night howlers shooting a dart to Mencius. They noticed that, and they know the proof of why this happened. So yeah, and after that, after 2 years of treatment, 2 years of rehabilities, like renialization of me, Nick Walls visited me in the hospital, and he told me that I was free to go, and he told me that he has a surprise for me. So I followed him into his police car, because I noticed that he was a police, which before he wasn't a police. So I noticed it that when I wasn't conscious, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed to Nick Wald, and yeah. So he drove me into an house, which every friend of every past friend was here with me, and I was feeling happy. I was feeling happy that this is all over. And until one day, there's something happened. Basically, there's something that happened in 2022. Over 50 years, I lived in Zootopia. 50 years I lived in Zootopia. And in 2022, there was something happening. My arm cannon that was on my body, I noticed it that there were a strange liquid coming out of it. I was like with my friends and all that stuff, and I noticed that my arm cannon had a parasite. It kind of like a strange liquid coming out of it, and it started multiplying, and it started I was being chased by these parasites that coming out of my my arm cannon, and slowly the parasites started to multiply more and more and more, and started infecting people, which they aggressively changed it into another creature. And this part of the story is the story where I almost died. I almost died. And yeah. So with my arm cannon, I'm using my arm cannon to exterminate these parasites. And I noticed after a while that I was trying to kill the parasites in Zootopia. Everyone was out of the city, because they needed to evacuate the city. So they evacuated the city, but I was still in the city because I needed to do a task, and that was to kill the parasite. Because for some reason, my arm cannon is powerful enough to actually destroy the parasite that was multiplying and all stuff. So I started killing these parasites one by one. I was scrolling around the city to try to find the parasite to kill on. Because what these parasites do is that if they touches another creature, another animal, or they touch a human or something like that, they change this creature into something else. And they took possession of their body. And there was one time where something happened. I saw a black furry, okay, a black like entomorphic animal, with white eyes, white pupil eye, and I noticed that he launched a parasite on me, so I invaded his attack, and I killed it. But when I killed it, basically when you kill a parasite, the parasite that I was talking about, if you kill that, and it affected someone, the person inside will die. The person inside will die, and the parasite will die too. So if the parasite dies when he infected someone, the other one, the person that got infected, dies too. And I noticed that Nick Wilde, my friend, was being infected. And I saw him die in front of me. I had no choice but to kill the parasite, so I had no choice to kill my friend. Because if the parasite stays there, the parasite would keep infecting the planet. And yeah, that's... And I saw Nick Wilde. I was like crying. I was like in pain to see Nick Wilde in the ground without any word coming out of his mouth. Until I realized that if you kill a parasite that infected someone, the person inside dies. So after a while, I stopped being emotional, and I continued my mission to destroy this parasite as quickly as possible. And I did it. But I killed half of the remaining parasites, and there was just one parasite left. One parasite left. And this parasite was the most powerful. He was powerful enough that he could not even being killed by the arm cannon that I had. And what I did is that there's something coming out of me. My angerness, my emotion started to show up on me. And when I was becoming so angry over this parasite, because it was continuing to infect the city, because I wanted to protect the city from that parasite. And you know what I did? I was so angry and so emotional by my friend that I heard noise about my friend in my head. That don't worry, I'll be back and all that stuff. Don't worry, I'll come back later. You will see. And I didn't believe it, but yeah. And this noise made me go so angry that the power inside of me started to become so powerful that I was able to kill the parasites. And the parasite, what he did is that he clinged on my arm cannon. And after the parasite died, my arm cannon was gone. He took away my arm cannon. and I was on the ground. Um, and I was on the ground, and I was in pain. I was in pain, and I finally realized that I exterminated every parasite in the city. I was in the middle of the city, in the ground. People started to come back in the city because they noticed that the infection was gone. So they came back in the city. They noticed that me and multiple people on the ground because they died because of me, but they died because of me because I didn't have a choice but to kill them. I didn't have a choice but to kill them, because if I weren't kill them, if I didn't kill the parasite that was infected on these people, the parasite would infect even more. So I had to do that. So all of the people that were in the ground, including me, were transported in the hospital, and I waked up in the hospital and I noticed that it was over. It was over. I I did it. I'm free from that. And I saw Nick Wald in front of me, because he was being he was yeah, he was he was I don't remember how you say this, but he was restabilized. I don't know how to spell it, but he was cured. He was cured from this infection, and I saw Nick Wald and I was crying emotionally because I thought that Nick Wald would be gone forever. And I waked up in the hospital in 2024, and I noticed Nick Wald in front of me, and I noticed that this was over. I'm free. I'm free now. There's no more pain. My friend is back, and I can live forever now without having to fear anything. And that's my story, guys. As you can see, I've been through a lot, guys. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my life. And I'm finally free.